Hey, hello again, folks. So we are now in South Whitehall Township in Lehigh County, Pennsylvania. We're just outside of Allentown, Pennsylvania, up to the northwest of the city a little bit. And the location that we're at today is, this is Iron Bridge Road right here. And this is the Jordan Creek down below us. Above us is the modern-day Catasauqua and Fogelsville secondary of the Norfolk Southern Railroad, originally the Catasauqua and Fogelsville Railroad, and this double culvert and tunnel fill that is here was built by the Reading Railroad Company. Okay, so the Catasauqua and Fogelsville was actually originally a plank railroad. So I did a very little bit of research on what a plank railroad is, and it's pretty much what not a plank railroad, a plank road. And it's kind of exactly what it sounds like. It was a road made with wood, with planks. Now, what I haven't been able to completely figure out is if there were grooves in said planks or if it looked something like the New Jersey Boardwalk. But anyway, so the Catasauqua and Fogelsville chartered a plank road in 1853. They were hauling ore on this road to supply the Crane Iron Works with ore and raw materials out in Catasauqua. That wasn't working though. They were doing the ore carts were too heavy, so they repetitioned to the government, and in April of 1854, they rechartered the plank road into a railroad. So construction began on the railroad 1854, 1855, I believe by 1856. Everything was up and running for the Catasauqua and Fogelsville. Now, originally, there would have been a really large bridge, an iron bridge, which is why this is Iron Bridge Road here. And I'm sorry, lost my train of thought there. There was a huge iron bridge here. I've seen two pictures of the bridge, and I will post both in the community section. I have to pilfer them from Facebook or something like that. But there's not a whole lot of pictures, but the bridge was a really, really, really large span at one time. As time went on, the span would become insufficiently strong enough to carry the weight of the new trains that were beginning to be pulled at that time. So a little bit more history about the Catasauqua and Fogelsville. Let's see where we at here. So in 1890, the Philadelphia and Reading Railroad owned a large portion of stock in the Catasauqua and Fogelsville. And then by December 8th of 1893, the Philadelphia and Reading would take a lease out on the Catasauqua and Fogelsville. And I believe it was 1944, they actually made it officially part of the Reading Company. So in, I believe it was 1913 through 1916, the Reading began to dump slag in this area from the bridge that was once here, and they started to create a fill. And then once they were able to have enough slag in the area, they then came back and they built this huge concrete span over the Jordan Creek and what was once the Lehigh Valley transit company. I have a couple of notes on that too, we'll get to in a second. So that road that we were just walking on up there, that Iron Bridge Road, as you'll see in the thumbnail picture, used to have trolley tracks running on it. That was part of the Lehigh Valley Transit. Nothing to do with Lehigh Valley Railroad. This was an interurban trolley service. Let me tell you a little about what I read about Lehigh Valley. Now, the Lehigh Valley Transit Company began operating in 1901. Prior to that, they were the Allentown and Bethlehem Transit Company. The Lehigh Valley Transit System did have a large system. It's very similar, I guess you could say, to what Atlanta is today. Atlanta is the Lehigh and Northampton Transportation Authority. It's the bus company for Lehigh and Northampton County. So I don't want to say anywhere that you find a bus today you would have found a trolley, but the buses that run today go to similar locations that the trolleys once went to at one time. Now, the trolley that used to run through or down Iron Bridge Road used to run up to Slatington, Emerald, Slatedale, up into the Slate region. I walked across this the other day and it was solid, so hopefully I don't regret my decision now. So service for the Lehigh Valley Transit Company came to an end in the 50s, and then they started operating buses along the lines that the trolleys used to operate in. And then in 72 was when Atlanta took over, and Atlanta's been in charge of transportation ever since in the Lehigh and Northampton County area. So anyway, that's in a nutshell what was all going on in this area. You had the Catasauqua and Fogelsville above us. You had the Lehigh Valley Transit had tracks on Iron Bridge Road, and Philadelphia and Reading would eventually take over the Catasauqua and Fogelsville, and they would have to build this giant fill and giant culvert and tunnel system. It's really pretty cool. So there is a date stamp over here, but it's too badly eroded, and I can't really get the date off of it. Now, what I do wonder is this stacked stone right here. Was this put in by the trolley company? Was this put in by the Catasauqua and Fogelsville when the original Iron Bridge span was here? Was it part of that? Was it put in when Iron Bridge Road was made? I just don't know. But it's neat to see the old stacked stone butt up right against the concrete. Again, this body of water, or this stream, this is the Jordan Creek. This will run all the way down into Allentown, Pennsylvania. Now, let's see if we can zoom in on the diamond over here. You can see there's our diamond right there, but I cannot make out what it says. It could be 1920. Like I said, they started filling this, I think it was 1913. Hang on, I have it written down. Give me 1 second here. from 1916 to 1919, they started the fill. So if that date stamp says 1920, then that makes perfect sense. It took them a few years to get all the slag dumped here, and then another year to build the structure around it, or on top of it. Oh, another interesting thing is I do believe that part of the old iron bridge is still here and actually encapsulated inside the concrete that remains. This is a very large fill. So when that was a bridge, it would have been a pretty awe-inspiring sight, I would believe. So there's another little interesting thing about this particular culvert tunnel system. There's a little itty-bitty tunnel on top of the trolley tunnel. So I'm going to get back up to the main road right here, and we're going to take a look at that, if I can get up here without killing myself. Now, there's a rope here, so we're going to try and get up this way. All right. Snow's really starting to pick up too, so I'm ready to get on home. We are almost back up. Okay. Sorry about all those fingers in the way there. All right, so we had to traverse our way up here a little bit. We're back to where we started. Now, let me go out here and we'll zoom in. You guys see that up there? The heck could that be for? Now this is posted right here, and that's clearly, I'll be way out in the open. So I'm not gonna climb up there today. I was informed that the railroad is no longer running down this far. There was a chemical company not too far from here, but they stopped receiving service in the summer of 2024. So there's no more trains coming down this far. But I really want to know what that thing's about up there. But we're gonna save that for another time. So anyway, there you go. Reading Railroad, fill and culvert. This used to have trolleys running on it. This used to be the Lehigh Valley Transit Company. And this used to be the line that ran from Center City, Allentown up to Slatington, Emerald, Slatedale, up in the Slate region. All right, folks. Everybody have a wonderful week, and I will talk to you all real soon.